Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbie with Believe in the Run.
And this is Megan with Believe in the Run.
And you're listening to the Drop Podcast. And this time, guys, we're doing it from a couch.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. We're at the running event.
Super weird.
And I like to call it Trey, and I think it's catching on, even
Is
though
it?
most people call it TRE, but it is actually Trey.
Yeah, we found a couch in an alleyway, so we're just hanging out and sitting on it.
Robbie went for a run, found a dead body and a couch, and he's like, ooh, couch.
There's a lot of couches out on the run today.
What?
On the Ladybird Trail? There's
Oh.
like stashed in the woods and
Yeah,
stuff.
there was a
Yeah.
few
Yeah.
couches.
Anyway,
Anyways,
if
that's
yeah.
irrelevant.
If you're listening to this, you probably know this is our podcast about all things running. I mean, really, it's really gone sideways at this point. It's running. It's whatever Robbie wants to talk about. And we hear stories and parables and all kinds of things.
Parables. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
It's like makes me feel like I have some wisdom to share with the world.
You do have wisdom to share with the world.
They
Like,
might
if
not
you
want
to
it.
know how to get an Arby's sandwich for free, Robbie can tell you.
Yeah, hit me up, DM me. Speaking of free stuff, we're at the running event and we're going around to booths, seeing what they got, getting some samples. Got a lot of CBD samples in that gift bag.
Yeah. Did you take any?
I haven't tried to eat the gels yet.
Tried
Coming
to
later.
eat the gels.
Yeah, they're pretty easy to get down.
Like the creams or whatever. I'm like, if you heat those up. I don't know.
Did you rub the creams on?
Anyways,
Keep your skin soft.
more importantly, we're at the running event. We're not supposed to be talking about the running event though,
No,
because
we're
that's
gonna
for
talk
next
about the
week's
running event
podcast.
next week because today was just the first day,
Yeah.
and we visited a bunch of people. We got more people to visit tomorrow. We got a big Puma event tomorrow that we're excited about. By the time you hear this, it's like the Puma event in the past. We time travel a lot.
Yeah, so we can like dabble in it, but next week's podcast is gonna have like the full recap of it.
Yeah.
But we did want to talk about, because we got some more important stuff than just the running
Very,
event.
very important things.
Freaking, there was a race last weekend, and Team Believe in the Run, minus myself, because I didn't want to show them up, ran some amazing races at the NCR.
Yeah.
NCR,
The NCR
half
marathon and half marathon.
Yeah, okay, half
Yeah.
and full marathon. So tell me how that went.
So first off, it's kind of like a local race in Baltimore, and it's on a rail to trail style course. You've been on it. Everybody trains on it who's
Yeah.
around here. But it's always like kind of like a backup race for us. Like 2019, I had a bad wine glass, so I was like, I reloaded, and a couple weeks later, we went back and ran it, and I had a good race. It's cold. It's
Flat.
There's no surprises. There's no spectators. It's kind of like
You basically described Antarctica.
pretty much. I mean, I haven't run Antarctica. We can
Cold,
call
flat,
Mike
no
Wardy
spectators.
and find out. But yeah, so Brandon, our man on the videos and photos, who's probably
I like to call him a young boy, but
the kid.
yeah,
I think we call him the kid.
Kid Brandon.
Megan and myself ran it. It was Brandon's first, and the kid killed it.
He ran a 2:41.
2:41.
Got bronze.
He
Yeah.
qualified for Boston.
Got the podium.
First
Checked
marathon.
all the boxes in his first marathon.
Goes out in a marathon. He's like, you know what? These aren't that hard. I'll just run fast, and it'll be cool.
It honestly made me a little sick.
Yeah.
It made me sick to come into the office on Monday and sit next to this freak of nature.
Yeah. I'm pretty proud
Like,
of him.
join
I
the
think
circus,
that was
dude.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then Megan not wanting to race. What'd you do, babe? Oh, that sounded very, very informal.
By the way, they're married.
Spoiler alert.
Not
How'd it
an-
go, chica?
Not an office relationship.
Hello,
that
Megan.
I didn't know about.
How was your race?
All right.
How did it go? I'm Ron Burgundy.
It was fun. I ran with a friend Karen for most of it, and didn't run a PR or anything, but it was a cool day.
And
Had a
you
good
took
race,
first place.
and I happened to take the win.
Kind of important.
Yeah. How much did you win, Meg? You won some
Okay,
cash
this
dollars.
is exciting. I've never really won prize money before, and I won $200.
Not
It's a pretty good
bad.
morning.
And it was in
Honestly-
cash.
Yeah.
But do you know who really won $200?
Megan?
Me. It's in my backpack.
He does have it.
For real?
Also, there was two $100 bills, and I was like, I don't think I've ever had $100
Yeah.
She
bills.
left
You're
them
like,
on the
where do I
counter for
take
like
these?
days, and I'm like, you can't just leave two Ben Franklins out here.
Yeah, if I come over, those are not.
Yeah, Robbie'd be like, look
sticking
what I
around.
found on my run today.
Yeah.
Who uses cash these
That's
days? I don't
basically-
even know what to do with it.
All those times I post about finding money on my run is just me taking money from your house and then covering for myself by saying
He
I found
throws
it
it
on
out
the
in
run.
front and picks it back up.
If it's on Instagram, it counts.
Yeah.
But I think we should talk about the most important race Thomas.
I mean, it felt good. I don't normally put 2 back-to-back marathons together that go well. It's usually a blow up, a redemption, a blow up, a redemption.
Yeah.
And this time I felt like I ran Wine Glass really well and did the splits. It was great. I ran with Jarrett, who has wide feet.
Mm-hmm.
You might know about him.
At Wine Glass. Yeah.
And we ran a very controlled, very consistent paced marathon, but I felt like maybe I left a little bit. Maybe we were a little conservative. Maybe I can just shave off. I was hoping to shave off 3 minutes. But we went out there. NCR is perfect conditions for me. It's super cold, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
It's super flat, which I like. And there's no surprises. There's like straight back.
And no spectators, which you don't like.
I would have liked some spectators. I think I could have done a little better with some spectators. But
It kind of goes uphill the first half. Very slight, like super slight.
which keeps you honest.
But
There was also a headwind on the way out
Oh,
and a
okay.
tailwind on the way back, which is pretty nice.
you can't ask for much better.
Well, you could ask for not having the headwind.
Or tailwind both ways.
Yeah.
Tailwind both ways. It kind of did suck going up because it did feel like a little bit of work getting up there.
Mm-hmm.
But when you did turn around, you did feel like a relief. I don't know. Brendan would have to come on and tell me how it felt
Yeah.
when he was running his first marathon. The turnaround, you could feel it, and
I believe it.
it was pretty good. And I was just kind of, it wasn't like over critical about like my paces or following it too much. I was just trying to keep around 7:47 for the pace. So I figured if I did 7:47, I was hoping to come in around 3:24 something. But for some reason or another, the math didn't add up.
Oh.
So
Well, you
You're
know,
not
you-
known as a mathematician.
you don't run the tangents
did you call
on
me a
a
magician?
I did.
on a marathon. So his watch said he was running 7:46 pace, which he was, but for over 26.2 miles. So
But
that
even though
translates.
the weird thing is that my race time even says 7:46 pace.
Mm.
Like my official time
Oh.
says I ran a 7:46.
Well, yeah, that's right. But you ran more than 26.2.
No, but I'm saying they only
Oh,
measure
on
on
saying
the
in
chip
the
time. On the
results.
chip
Chip
time.
time.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Some cool stuff about it though. Like I was relaxed the whole time. I felt good the whole time. In hindsight, I'm a little upset because I was 15 seconds over for a Boston qualification.
Like technically. Yeah.
15 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, so which and this year I'm kind of like, okay, everybody got in who hit the Boston qualification.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had hit it flat, like if I had
Oh
hit it,
yeah. Imagine that regret.
yeah, I would have probably tried to pull some strings and get myself into the Boston Marathon. But honestly, I'm not that upset about it. I felt like I ran the race really well. 15 seconds over BQ is not bad.
No.
And I'll go again. I mean, this was Marathon 35.
You're on your
so
way, man. Didn't you say there was like a 60-year-old who ran like a sub 3 or something
Yeah,
there?
there was.
A 56-year-old who ran a
57.
ran a 3:06, 3:07, and it was a PR.
Okay.
No, that was, yeah, he was 50.
That was his
that
PR
one of
though.
them.
It was a PR.
PR 306, but then there
You're
was
on
two
your way.
guys older than him that ran sub 3 marathons, and he was like, I got to catch them. He was, I think he's 56, and they're like
Okay.
57,
Man.
58.
Wow. So lots of great stuff that happened this past weekend. That's
And not
exciting.
only that, Jeremy, who runs with us, Fast Best, he won the half.
Yep. It was an
And,
all around team believe in the run.
Yeah, it was
Banger.
a strong showing. We all got blankets. Oh, and Allie got Megan kind of coaches her.
Widefoot Jarrett's wife.
Widefoot Jarrett's wife. She had her first
Sub
sub-4
4, yeah.
marathon, and that's what she was going
3:56.
for.
Yeah.
And she looked strong. She looked great.
Yeah. So I mean, I wish I could have been there. I don't. But
It was
the
really
cold- it was
cold.
so
As a
cold.
spectator,
You
it
wouldn't
was
wanna
very
be there.
cold.
no,
Jarrett knows. He was out there for the whole time.
Yeah.
I
You don't
was-
want to.
I was up in PA. Like I did some running up there, and it was pretty chilly out there for sure. Thanksgiving was good. It's nice.
Oh, yeah, it was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, right. Isn't that crazy? It seemed like it was like a month ago.
I almost feel this may be sacrilegious. Megan and I probably had the best Thanksgiving. It was just the two of us.
yeah,
It was
I
just
mean,
so low key.
that lines
Yeah.
up with your Instagram highlights of last year. Was just you guys.
No,
Like,
it was me
Megan's
and the
best
dog.
friends Thomas and the dog?
Oh,
No, it's just Thomas and the
Thomas
dog.
and the dog were best friends. Yeah, you got to, if you want to watch an exciting reel, go to my
So, anyways,
Instagram and watch
10
that.
minutes in. We're only 10 minutes in. I thought this was going. We were already half an hour in.
It's that
Everybody's
exciting.
turned it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that exciting.
But yeah, what else? What else we got? Oh, I don't really want to talk about running, but we can.
Yeah, let's talk about your running.
Oh, okay. See how I did that?
Yeah.
We
You had a great workout this morning.
I did. I ran with Megan on the Ladybird Trail here in Austin, Texas. They said we didn't need a headlamp, but it was pretty dark.
Yeah, there's
Did
no
you-
lights out
Did
there.
you see anybody else out there, like our trail reviewer Taylor or?
Yeah, I randomly ran into him in bed this morning next to me, and said, "Hey."
Rammed
we
into
should-
him,
Randomly ran into him.
and then wasn't Jared there too?
Jared was in the other. Jared was in the other.
You're having good running right now. You just went out on the Ladybird Trail with Taylor and Megan and
Yeah,
Jared.
so it was a good run this morning, and we ended up doing what, like 6x800s. Is that tight? Is that a Yasso 800?
Is
Yeah,
six
any
six
800
by-
repeats or yeah.
No, but there's a specific Yasso workout where it's like if you can hit that time. Is it 6? It might be 6.
It's
6
like
800s.
it's like your marathon pace.
So if
like
you can run an 800 in, let's
in
say,
3:20, 3:15 or
then that's
whatever.
your marathon
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
What?
Did we do that?
I actually didn't look.
We were aiming for like 3:20, so that's about right.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, so we ended up doing 800s out on the Ladybird Trail. It was really nice, like 55 degrees. Which
Yeah,
is like,
temps were perfect.
it was awesome. And that was fun. Jarrett and Taylor, our trail reviewer, came along. And yeah, it's like,
Taylor might be the sweetest guy in the world.
yeah, he is.
I mean,
It's,
he helped Jared get through this workout. Jared probably was like, "I can't do it," and he's
Jared-
like, "Yes, you can."
Yeah, Jarrett said he couldn't do it from like last night at 10 o'clock.
To be
PM.
fair, we were all out drinking last night, which makes the workout a little more challenging.
Yeah, I only had like 2 or 3 drinks.
Okay, well, the rest of us were out drinking last night.
Okay.
Wait,
And-
you only had 2 or 3 drinks last night?
I only had 2 at the Diodora party and 1 or 2 before that.
Holy
so 4,
cow.
I guess.
That is much less than all of us.
Yeah.
I knew I had a speed workout. I actually
Holy
played
cow.
played it safe.
Very proud of you.
Thank you.
Way to go.
Thanks, coach.
That's so weird. Every time I looked over at Robbie, I thought he was trashed.
No, that was because I only had 4 hours of sleep the
It's
night
just his
before.
face.
Dude, I was tired though, for real. Like it was a long day of traveling and doing stuff.
Yeah.
Diodora party was fun.
Yeah.
We can probably talk about that
Yeah,
since like
definitely talk about the Diodora.
since that was last
Well,
night.
it was fun. We went and got pizza at Via 313, which is Jarrett's like only wish when we came
Mhm.
to.
The pizza was good.
It is super
It's like
good.
Detroit style 4-corner.
So greasy and
Yeah.
greasy. It's cheesy and crusty.
Wow.
Wow.
I know.
The worst.
Like, I'm
you
trying
should
to
rate
describe-
You should
trying to
rate Pizza
describe
Hut's
the way
new
the
marketing.
edge is like really
Yeah.
crispy, but it's like burnt cheese on it. It's like really good.
They do a great job. And Jarrett's like a food connoisseur for sure. Me and him vibed on
Connoisseur?
like fast food, and how Jared and I talked about fast food for like an hour last night as Brandon was
Most
sitting.
connoisseurs
Brandon
enjoy
was
fast
sitting
food.
here like losing his mind because we were like comparing basically like condiments from fast food
I
restaurants.
want to know if most people have put this hot honey on their pizza before.
Oh yeah, that's actually I went to do that poll. Like if you like, what are your thoughts on Mike's Hot Honey? That's like kind of the general brand that they use.
That was called Mike's Hot.
Well, it's like a
Yeah.
specific brand, but
Okay.
I'm
Is it spicy hot or?
yeah. Although I swear last night they were just
It
using regular
seems
honey,
it seemed just like honey,
but
which seems weird to put on pizza.
it's good for the crust. Like dip it at the end there.
It's like getting a dessert. It's like
Mhm.
at the end.
Yeah,
Anyways, that was pretty cool. And then we
That was
walked over
nice.
to what was it? Central Brewing,
Central District Brewing.
Central District Brewing in Austin. We got there and wow, it looked like a Diodora crowd. And what I mean by that, it was kind of like artsy and
Yeah, we're
like-
not cool enough to be here.
Yeah, very hipster.
Yeah.
definitely hipster. And it
Lots
was,
of mustaches, so we actually fit into that realm.
I liked that their drink cards were just playing cards.
yeah.
That was cool.
So you could have brought a deck of cards and got
Yeah.
Oh.
loaded.
like
if only you had known.
Yeah.
in in my not proud years, I definitely would have just ran to the 7-Eleven and grabbed the deck of cards and came back and drank all night.
And then
Drinks for everyone.
We'd hear about, like, in my band days,
Yeah.
I just bought a deck of
I'm
cards.
like, hey, I'm never gonna see these people again. Who cares? Just kidding. I love
It
you
was
guys.
cool. We talked to a lot of people. I met some people from San Francisco, and they have a running shoe store, and it was like,
Oh.
we'll just vibe with them. And you know, it was funny because
What was that? What was the name of their store? Sorry,
You're gonna ask him that?
Runner's Mind.
Oh, Runner's Mind.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the name of the store was Runner's Mind, and they were pretty cool, chill. And it's interesting because at this point, I still am in that phase where, you know, you think nobody's ever heard of Believe in the Run at all,
Right.
but they clearly had, you know, they knew they had watched reviews or something, and you know, we were talking about it. But it was kind of fun to talk to them and basically do live shoe reviews right there of the Diadora and other shoes that we like, and just talk shoes. It's fun.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
We hung out with Drew Whipcomb,
Yeah.
wear
And
testers.
Speaking
Tommy
of the
Rhymes was there.
Diadora shoe, they revealed that.
Yeah. The Equipe Atamo.
Optimo.
I think there's even, if you want to go right now before I fix it later this week, I put an S at the end of Atamo in one of the.
I fixed every single instance of it and drove me bananas.
Except for one. There's one.
Is there still one in there?
Found
Oh
one.
my gosh.
Yeah. Equipe Atamo. It's handmade in Italy. It's a daily trainer.
Like by like 4 dudes.
No, there's a lady in there too. at
And
the
a lady.
factory.
Oh,
A couple.
I thought that was just the cast for that movie. You think that it's not full?
No, I asked them at I was like, is that for real, the factory? They're like, yeah. Like,
It's 4 people?
yeah. Well, it's
No
not.
wonder the shoes. So
I know. That's what I'm saying.
They're like boxing everything, like tying the shoes.
They
Like,
were
it's
like,
crazy.
if you look back at made in Italy, like Diadora videos from 15, 20 years ago, it's the same people.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I know how much of a pain it is to pack up stuff for grit, and we don't even have to assemble a shoe.
Yeah.
So, and we had the 4 of us doing that at one point. Now
Oh.
we just make Brandon do it. Like,
Which, by the way, let's segue into that. Shout out to everyone who signed up for Grit.
yeah.
biggest grit
Opening
sign up
day.
so far.
Like, really, really stoked about that for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I know ASICS is really happy about the turnout, and I know that Koros is going to be psyched to be a sponsor for this event and share some love. So those of you who sign up, there is still time to sign up if you wanted to.
Yeah, although technically right now it's 75% sold out, I guess. Because we
Yeah,
are capping it.
True.
Yeah, we are capping it at 1,050 this year, and we are
75%
Oh,
of the way there.
we might even be higher.
We'll get there.
Yeah. So if you haven't registered and you do want to register, go to believeintherun.com/grit.
And you're gonna get some cool swag, a sweatshirt, and a knit cap,
Kneecap.
patches for your distances that you achieve. You're entered in every week to win a pair of ASICS shoes, and you are also entered to win a Koros gift certificate. If we sell out here, 1 in
1,000.
1,000 to get it.
Pretty good odds.
Well, for each prize, if you actually break it down per prize, you have like a 1 in 50 chance or something like that. It's
There you
actually
go.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Chance.
So yeah, that's I was really excited to see that, and it's always good to get some miles in during those months that really suck. And honestly, like, I think that's why people love it, is because they're like, oh, this gets me out in the times I don't want to run.
Yeah. When you wake up at 5:30 a.m. and it's 20
that-
degrees out and dark.
Yeah.
Little
like-
extra bit of motivation,
Yeah.
but you also know other people are doing it with you. And I also think that, you know, just the idea when you're out there on your run that you have a community to share
Mm-hmm.
your run with. You know, you get out there and you either post in the group that you did your run, or you post on Instagram, we repost it. It's just another way to kind of keep yourself motivated and going throughout the winter.
Yeah.
You're going to be
Um,
using it for training because
yeah,
you're going to be running the Donna Marathon, which happens to be the beneficiary of our charitable part of the Grit.
Yeah.
And we donate to the Donna Foundation, which is got the whole thing to finish breast cancer.
Yeah. So between all of the grits, we've contributed about $17,000 thanks to all of you, which is very cool. And hopefully we'll definitely go over 20,000 this
Yeah,
year. So
For sure. We did get new Hoka shoes in this week, which is cool.
Yeah. You want to
Sorry.
talk about that a
I
little
guess
bit?
I did. They're coming for everyone.
Yeah.
But
Robbie, often, because he deals with a lot of our connections, make sure that he gets the first shoes.
yeah, I
And then
actually
says, send theirs a week later, so I
Particularly-
get to strut around the office like king of the castle.
I particularly asked just to piss Thomas off.
Yeah, he struts around.
'Cause
You should see. Can you show
for
this
some rea-
for the video?
For some reason, he gets mad when you get a pair of stability shoes before him.
Yes. Anything before me.
No, but we got the Hoka Kawana.
Which, if
Kawana.
you didn't know about, that's a new Hoka.
They said it's kind of like a lifestyle.
That was a weird part about
Yeah.
it. I kind of feel like
I got some Nova Blast vibes.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it looks like a mock. It looks like a Clifton Edge.
They were-
Honestly, it's
they
a
were-
really nice shoe. Like I ran it, I was like, I like this shoe a lot.
They were selling it as a run to the gym shoe.
But you
Yeah.
know the Hapana when it first came out,
Yeah,
when it didn't have a wool upper.
yeah.
When the first Hapana came out, I liked running in that.
It's a great like tempo shoe, the Hupana Flow,
Yeah.
like for $100 or whatever.
You know, I think it's when it comes down to something that's so simple to make, where it's a block of foam. It's almost like these companies can't believe that it's that simple to make a shoe, so they're like, "Well,
That's just a regular person shoe.
yeah."
Yeah,
And you're like, "No, it feels great underfoot and
Yeah.
rolls and it's light."
yeah. So it's a cool looking shoe too.
The upper looks super breathable.
Yeah,
And you said you're not always a good fit for Hokas, and you said that it fits well.
yeah. Like I feel like the upper, they really like nailed it. Which a lot of Hoka uppers, Rincon, even Clifton, I don't know. It's like fits weird.
Mhm.
But so there's that. There's the Tecton X, which is a trail shoe with a carbon plate. That I think is gonna be like their real money shoe, like from now on. Like I know Speedgoat's kind of like the bread and butter.
They showed us the Mafate today,
Yeah,
and that one.
I mean, it
for
looks
some
sweet.
reason that one
No,
appealed
it's-
to me. It was singing to me.
yeah, I get it. But I think for the overall like racing shoe, that Tecton could be like a huge deal for them.
Yeah, you talked about it like
Mm-hmm.
is it Zinal?
The Zenal.
Zenal?
Yeah.
Did I put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zinal, which you liked a lot.
Yeah, that's a
This-
great shoe.
This is that on steroids, right?
Yeah, it's like a better Zenal. Like, yeah, exactly. That's the best description. So that's cool for the trail. And the other one was the Mach Supersonic. That's right.
Yeah.
Right? Supersonic.
Nailed it.
Which is kind of like a Mach on steroids, I guess.
Everything's got steroids.
Yeah, they're
It sounded like they were
including
just
Scott Fobb and all their athletes.
bridging the
Just kidding, I
gap
take it
between Mach 4 and Mach 5 with
Which
the
is weird
Supersonic.
because it sounds like the Mach 5 is the supersonic.
Yeah, it's like because they basically said they're gonna take the supersonic tech and put it in the Mach 5.
And we actually saw the Mach 5 today, which we can't really talk
Yeah.
about, but
But we know the supersonic has supercritical foam in it, which is something we complain about as early as like.
we've been talking that they
But
need
it's
to
nice
update it.
because that means they were developing it already.
Or were they, Robbie?
You think last 6 months during COVID and logistics that they developed a supercritical
I
shoe?
think that whenever we say something, people listen.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. They definitely, because it only takes 5 days to put one of those together.
Yeah, 5 days to make a shoe.
Yeah. You saw it in Italy. They were putting them together real quick.
I didn't feel like that took 20 years. They took like at least 5 smoke breaks per shift.
Make a shoe, smoke a cigarette. Make a shoe,
Yeah.
smoke a cigarette.
Which whatever.
Yeah.
You do at Italy. All right, well that's probably good enough for today.
Yeah, so why don't we
Because I don't
want to
spill the beans on the rest of TRE.
Yeah, we're going to get in depth next week's podcast, and it's also going to have a nice bit of Puma information in there as well. We do need to talk about who's our guest today. This week, we're doing a live podcast with Puma. We're going to have athletes and people who are making the shoes. We're going to start off with Amy Craig,
We're going to talk with Jonathan Dressler.
Aunt Taylor Dever.
and then we're going to talk to PLM Todd Fokker and go over all the shoes. So athletes first, and hear about how Puma supports them and what they're doing to improve the sport. And then we're going to talk to the PLM to find out what they're doing to put, and when I say PLM, that sounds like jargon, but that's product line manager. They're the people who decide what products the shoe that Puma is going to come out with as far as the shoes go.
So yeah, enjoy the podcast. It's gonna be a good one. And live from Austin, Texas.
Yeah, and I'm hoping I'm enjoying some barbecue during this as well.
Okay. Well, probably not.
Cheers. All I have to do is make it through that.
We'll find out.